All right, in this chapter, we're going to be talking about model management for major units. And the first thing we're going to do is define or show you how you can tell the difference between models that are managed by DX1 and models that have been added by your dealership as a custom model. All right, so if I go to major unit management, let me sort my data here so it's a little easier to see. I'll sort them by age. The first thing we have here is some color coding for our stock numbers. If you highlight over a stock number, you're going to see like this is a private model with marketing. This is kind of a dark blue text. If I go down one for the orange, you can see this is a private model without marketing. So both of these are custom models that have been entered by the dealer, but some has marketing data and some does not. We can also see if I highlight over a green, we can see it's a public model with marketing. Again, data that's been added into DX1 via a partnership with that vendor so that you don't have to build the model every time when you go to enter them into your major unit management. And then down here, we can see we have a different color orange, which is a public model without marketing. So this is a unit that we've gotten details on, model codes, pricing, and all that type of information, but we have no marketing data. So when you add it to your major unit inventory to advertise on your website, there won't be any data. You'll need to go in and manage that. So that's the basic principle of managed data versus non managed data and how you can tell a little bit when you're looking to add units. Now, when I do, and I also go in here and I look, we can go in and we can find my Quinn carts. When I search, you notice that we have the same type of color coding on our years here. And if I highlight over those, I'll know this is a private model. If I highlight over this, I'll know it's a private model. And I should know that one has marketing data and one does not. So just keep in mind, you can tell that way if something is managed or not. And then let's go to like EasyGo, for example, where we have managed data. We can see the year here is in green, and we can clearly tell that this is a public model from DX1 managed and sent through EasyGo, which is what we're looking for. All right, so if you need to add a model, a custom model, maybe it's a manufacturer that's not working with DX1 yet, that you would like us to, but in the meantime, you got to sell these units. So you can go over to model management. You can come over here and you can search to see if we have particular vendors already. In this case, we're going to use an example that we don't have a vendor. So I can come over here and I can go and add it in. Let's add in another vehicle for Quinn carts. So we can come over, we can look under Power Sports, and we can start to build our data, what the product categories are. We can come down and we can see what the vendor is or the manufacturer. In this case, it's Quinn carts. Model year, I'm going to put 0. These aren't model years. My body type, I can go down and see golf carts. So you get it, right? I go down here, I keep setting information that I want. I can give it a model name. We'll call it the Quinner Slow, if you will, because we made a Quinner Fast, and this one we'll put as color as white. We could make it any color we want. We can give it a model code. Quick Quinn 123654 is the model code. There is no engine CC because it's electric, and the reason we're making this is because there was no public model not available. Now, if I hit save at this point, here's where I can start to determine, is this a private custom model with no marketing data or a private or custom model with marketing data. So the first thing I want to do is come over here. Now that I got the unit data in, I want to set a price. Maybe this thing is $12,000. The DSP is 12,000. Maybe I don't have a holdback, and my cost is 10,000. I can determine if I want to do things like hiding web price, send price on week crest when these things are shown, show DSP as MSRP, things like that. And I can go down and enter if I have a freight DSP, maybe it's $500 freight and setup to get this thing done. And then I can hit save again. So now I have pricing information. And if I happen to have units like this in stock, would I like to update them again? So I could say yes. It'll update any units I might have matching that. And then I can go in and start adding taglines and information, and particularly photos and video links. This is where you have marketing data. So if you want to have a custom model with marketing data, you're going to need to come here, decide to upload photos. You can click add images. You can upload photos of your unit, and then this will start to give you marketing data. I would definitely recommend going and filling out as much of this information you can. Even if you have to do some of it yourself, if you don't have it from the manufacturer, maybe you can copy it from their website. But again, this is going to impact what your listing looks like when you push the unit over to a destination. So again, make sure that you're going through here and updating as much information as you can. And once I'm done with all that, I can hit save and close. It's going to let me know I'm making any changes to the model I've already done, and now I have it in my model information. I can also, just as a note, I can look for manufacturers and see what type of model types there are. In particular, here for CF Moto, I have 3 model types. If I look at EasyGo, I have multiples there, all the way down to let's see what shows up here for Quinn carts. I have just the one type. So this is where you can see the model types that are set up for a particular manufacturer. And then these are the particular body types that are available within DX1 that you can set up and have configured for things like forms and selling these units when you eventually do. All right, so that's a basic overlook. Again, to get to model management, if you have the right permissions, you'll do it from the dashboard. We talked about the difference between managed and unmanaged data by DX1, color coding for stock numbers and years to designate what those are. And if you need to add a custom model, how to go in and do that. So hopefully that'll give you just a little bit of a head start when you're using major unit management and trying to determine how to find what you need or add what you need that may not be there.